Hey, I'm live, it says. I wasn't sure if it was going to work there. It was like loading for like 5 minutes. So, uh, hey, I'm here. Can you guys hear me now? So, I wanted to have a chance here for everybody to kind of decompress a little bit because I know the news that dropped today had a lot of people pretty shaken. I know there were some pretty big leaks, and um, a lot of it are some serious changes to the books, and I know for a lot of you that was pretty shocking. So I just wanted to give a chance for everybody to kind of get together and talk through some of those things. Get your feelings out. We can all deal with it together. I had some questions about the about the gay agenda meeting. I know there were a lot of people asking about that, and so I just thought, why not go live? Let's air out the grievances. Okay. Hey everybody, if you haven't seen the video yet, go watch the other video. I'm going to pour some Woodford Reserve and get moderately drunk while we talk about wheel time. How's that sound to everybody? Now, just in case you're wondering, I have these cool glasses that rotate and swing around that I got from Bespoke Post, who is a sponsor for the channel. If you want to get your own glasses like this, make sure to check out Bespoke Post. Wow, I poured literally just enough that won't spill. Okay. How much am I pushing the agenda? I mean, always we're pushing the agenda. So I do have some actual, I figured we would talk a little bit and chat a bunch. You visited the Kentucky, Mahale, you visited the Woodford Reserve. I want to go there so bad. By the way, if anybody is not like I very rarely drink. Most of the time when I do drink, I drink bourbon. My favorite bourbon is Woodford Reserve. So highly recommended. Strong bourbon, but it's good stuff. So, but yeah, I thought it's been a little bit since I've done a live stream. I love talking and just there's some cool stuff happening in the background. So I thought, hey, let's get on and chat a little bit. If you all are just joining us, go ahead and hit the like button if you don't mind. It really helps YouTube promote this stuff. And I guess let me first of all get some feedback from you all. How do we feel about the change in the background? I have my reasons. I really don't know. Even if you hate it, I don't know if I'll go back to the old one. But I do. Hopefully, maybe you like it. Primarily, I changed it because I have two YouTube channels and I don't like flipping back and forth in the backgrounds. And so I can kind of do both with this one. But the other reason primarily for it is I don't know. It can kind of give a little, I can do some other things. I'm still working with lighting and things of that nature. So I have some things to figure out, obviously, but I don't mind it. Dana, I saw Dana comment on the video that she liked it. I had some other people. Z was giving me some crap about it, saying that he hated it. So curious what you all think about that. You like it. Okay, awesome. I'm glad. I still have some things to do with it, but I'm glad you guys like it so far. So, oh, hey, Lesbian Nerdy. Guys, I didn't get a chance. So first of all, I want to say a couple things about the video. First of all, if you have not watched the video I released earlier today, there are pretty intense leaks about the show. So, I mean, I don't know what you're doing if you haven't watched that video yet, but we are going to be spoiling the leaks from that video. So if you want, go watch the video and come back and catch up with us here, because I am going to spoil the video. But Lesbian Nerdy, actually, she had a fake audition, and the reality was she actually filmed 3 auditions for the show. I ran out of time. I couldn't put in all of them because I had like 10 minutes worth of auditions. I hope Badger Reborn is here, because I asked Badger Reborn, I said to him, hey, make like a 30-second audition, quote unquote, right? he sent me like 3.5 minutes of Bale Doman. I swear, I think he read like a whole chapter, and I had to cut it into pieces. So if he is there, or if he's out there, Badger, I don't know what you were doing, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that. There is one, and I want to apologize because I already told him. If you guys are familiar with Wheel Talk, or not Wheel Talk, my goodness. I'm losing my damn mind. I'm just going to say that up front. I am losing my damn mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting work calls at the same time. Okay, done. All right. But in any case, I have to apologize to Malkier Talks because he filmed an audition for Perrin. He actually had a couple different auditions for Perrin. And whatever reason, it would not, like, if you saw, I mentioned him at the end of the video, thanking him for it. And when I went to put the videos in, like, that was the last thing I edited in the video. It was real choppy and it wouldn't show up. And I don't know what it was, like the file was corrupted or something. And so I am so sorry for Malkier Talks. I will have to get his video in at some point if I can figure out how to uncorrupt the file or whatever. But yeah, sorry, Malkier Talks. But you guys definitely need to check out all the videos. Subscribe to Lesbian Nerdy, subscribe to Badger Reborn, subscribe to Malkier Talks. And, I'll tell you one person, and again, I don't, like, Lesbian Nerdy is amazing. Like, some of the best insight into the Wheel of Time, right? Like, outstanding content, like, really makes you think, that type of thing. If you want that type of content, there is somebody that I would avoid. But if you like if you like funny content, like if you thought what I did today was like moderately entertaining, I don't know what you're doing not following Recappa Sadai. Wheel Talk with Recappa Sadai, because you guys saw a little clip of Recappa and Recappa's tryout for Fail. Come on, like, that's damn hilarious. And you all, if you're not following Lesbian Nerdy and you're not following Recappa Sadai, Wheel Talk with Recappa Sadai, I don't know what you're doing, because it's so damn entertaining. Like, I just reposted a video on Twitter. Recappa made a song about Tinkers, and I about fell out of my damn chair laughing. So it's pretty damn funny. So anyways, all of you follow all of the other people. Check them out. If you are just joining us here on this live stream, what we're doing today is we're going to be getting drunk and talking about Wheel of Time. If you don't mind liking the video, because it's nice to like the video and it helps YouTube promote it. But yes. Okay. So I will say this. I want to get some feedback, because I honestly was not sure if I wanted to post this video. So I made it. And I watched it, and I'm like, that might be a little too trolly. I actually was like messaging MK last night at like 2 a.m. Hey, watch this video. What do you think? Do you guys think I should make more smart ass videos? Like, are those? Should I do more of those? I guess is my question. Because I am curious, like, if you guys like that, because it's funny. Let me look at it here. I think, just judging it, I had most people commented. I was actually surprised. I got fewer bad comments than I thought I would. But I got 33 dislikes, which is like the most I've had, I think, on a video ever. I don't know. So I don't know. Should I make more of those? Anyways, I'm curious what you think. The Dusty Wheel. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the donation. What is behind the curtain? Who is behind the curtain? And when is behind the curtain? All three of those are good questions. And part of that, the reason I'm hesitant to answer that, well, I need to think of a smart ass thing to say. It's a wall. You guys have seen what's behind the curtain before. I actually didn't move my setup. I literally just took the curtain and it's here. I could like zoom out and you could see, like, most of the time YouTube setups, guys, like when you see people that are YouTubing, like, and you see the setup, it looks like what's perfectly framed in the camera looks great. If you stepped back like 1 foot from my setup here, you would see like the wall and stupid like office supplies, and like it looks terrible. So like, you can literally only look at what you can see, and then it's there. So, but thank you very, very much, Dusty Wheel. I will say this: if I do make another comedy video, I have a couple nuggets of gold that I have not, a couple trolling pieces that I have not, decided to sink my teeth into quite yet. And I will say some of them involve the Dusty Wheel. So if you want to continue to troll me, Matt Hatch from the Dusty Wheel, I can very much return the favor. In fact, I don't know if that's backwards or not. But all of the stuff today, just so you guys know, I want to break something right here. I told you guys that Q was my source in the video. I probably shouldn't do this because I'm doxing him right here. Matt Hatch is Q. There you go. All right. Like a big blackboard instead. Ooh, I like the idea of that. Maybe I'll get a chalkboard. How about that? What if I start doing a chalkboard instead of the whiteboard? Like, would that be bad if I switched it? I'm curious. Woo, that is some strong bourbon. Okay. Well, I mean, Matt Hatch is cute, but he's also cute. If you are just joining us, go ahead and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithms. I will troll you, Dusty Will. I mean, I would. I've never done it before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never done it before. So, okay. Real talk. Okay, now, William 101, thank you. Pound a couple for me, bro. Doing a good job as always, and I will not repeat the last 3 words that you said there, because Alabama's garbage. Just going to say that. Go Bucks. But thank you for the donation. You're the man, William 101. He is one of my Patreon supporters. Love the Patreon supporters. Thing makes this all possible. I was having this conversation, guys, because I'm actually talking with, I won't release any details of this yet because it's not a sure thing, but I may be joining or teaming up with a couple folks to make a podcast, which I think should be a pretty entertaining podcast, if I may say, given the people that might be involved with it. So I am excited about that. And we were just talking the other day as we were doing some planning, and just about the community and where things might go. I've had these same conversations with Matt, with the Dusty Will, in all seriousness, about, how big and how quick this stuff can get. And, just being prepared for the influx of new people coming into the fandom. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited that, we're all here and we get to be a part of growing that fan base. And I am excited to keep making content around this. Like, my dream, frankly, is to be able to do, like, I literally have dreams sometimes about the type of content and the stuff that we can make if I just had time to do it. Like, if this was all I had time to do, that would be so awesome. So yeah, it's a thought. And I don't know for sure on the podcast yet. Probably going to happen in the very near future. And a couple people that I think you guys will enjoy. And I think it will be pretty entertaining. So I will leave it at that. I will dangle that nugget in front of you, and then we will move on from it, hopefully. So, but, okay, I got to get back to my question. Should I do a chalkboard, or would, like, that, if I lost the whiteboard, would that be like a bad thing? Like, would I be losing the identity of my channel if I switched away from the whiteboard and went to a blackboard with chalk? I'm just curious. No. Delusions of Grendel is fantasizing about Nubbles dangling nuggets. Are you hashtagging? Keep the whiteboard for real. Okay. Then maybe that's what I'll do. I mean, I suppose I could find like a small chalkboard, but chalkboard for troll videos. I mean, Here's the question. Like, ideally, I would love to be able to make those all the time. I think it would be funny to have like a regular troll video session. It's just the last couple I've made 2 videos like that before. My first one was pretty bad. I made a Bella, like a Bella character examination, like where we talked about the character of Bella. That was my first somewhat trek into a satire style video. And then I take that back. I've done 3. I did a Bella casting video that was, you'll have to go back and watch that one. But then I did another video with leaks, and there were people that were like really pissed off that I made that video. The last time I did this, they were like mad that I had leaks in there that weren't real, and some people thought they were real. My favorite one, I think in that video, if you go back and find it, I had cast Carrot Top as Rand. This is actually before the casting was released, and I kind of leaked to everybody that Rand was cast as Carrot Top. And there were people that legitimately posted in the comments like, that is such a terrible pick. This show's going to be terrible. I'm not going to watch it. And it's like, I've lost faith in humanity that some people can't tell. I understand I keep a very straight face a lot of times with this stuff, but like, I mean, come on. So anyways, I'm worried. I always worried about making another one, and I wasn't sure how this one would be received, frankly. So anyways, yeah, Meryl Streep is not going to play a horse, people would say. Yes. So yeah, any case, a blackboard might not pop on the black background. I agree, Dana Lou, who the gay agenda is us. We actually did have a real comment about the gay agenda. You'll have to check out the YouTube clip for that. Yeah, I don't know. How do you keep a straight face at the annual gay agenda? You don't. It's impossible. Can't do it. Okay, so let's actually talk about some Wheel of Time, folks. Again, if you're just joining us, smash the like button. It helps everybody, helps YouTube promote this stuff. They really don't like live streams for some reason. I don't know why, but if you are just joining us, hit the like button. The one real Wheel of Time topic I wanted to talk about, do we think that we're getting news tomorrow? I guess, is anybody optimistic that we're going to get some What Wednesday news? And if so, what do you think we're going to get? I'm curious. I don't know if Matt Hatch is still here. He always seems to know these things. He is there. There he is. So do we get news tomorrow? I'm curious. Dusty Wheel, your thoughts? Do we get news? Optimistic. I don't think we're getting a trailer. I wish we were, but I don't think we are. The last official news we got was 3 weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. You don't think we're getting news tomorrow? Okay. So here's my question. We were getting it fairly regularly, and now we're not. So I'm wondering, are they dropping off for a build up to something better? They did tell us nothing for the Super Bowl, but we've got some other things coming. So does that mean that we're going to be getting like a bigger news drop? I doubt it. I think we're probably going to get smaller chunks released again, probably more prop style videos. By the way, thank you to Unraveling the Pattern for editing my prop videos. If you guys saw those were very impromptu prop videos. Okay. Yeah, here's the thing. If I keep saying we're going to get a Super Bowl trailer, which I've done for the last 2 years, I feel like eventually I'll be right. Maybe not. All right, here's the question I have. How optimistic are you that we see the release of the show in 2021? If you are optimistic and you think yes, thumbs up in the chat. If you think, nah, we're probably not going to get it in 21, thumbs down. Let's take an impromptu poll here. Thumbs up if you think we're getting the show in 2021. Thumbs down if you think we are not. I am curious your thoughts. think we'll get 2 more prop leg trailers. I agree with that, Matt. I think we will get more prop trailers, which I like. So I see so far we're mostly positive. Wolf Brother is not positive on such a thing. Not positive from Grendel. I don't know how to type thumbs. I here's what I think. As you guys are answering that, I think it's easy to fall into the pessimism trap. I think we are going to get a 2021 release. I really do. I mean, you got to think we're still in February, guys. I mean, we're second week of February right now. They have a couple things to reshoot in May. They're not going to reshoot a couple things in May and then delay it for a whole year. They've shot most everything they need. The only thing that has me thinking that it's pushed back, frankly, would be probably the fact that David Buckley left, frankly, and we have not heard a replacement for that. And the score is fairly important. So I would have thought if they had gotten somebody for that, maybe they've been waiting, like maybe it was a scheduling issue with him. We still don't even know the reasons that David Buckley is left the show. And I know he left way back in, was it November, October? So we haven't heard anything, and maybe they're waiting until the rest of the reshoots are done to do the scoring, which would tell me that they actually have a lot more work to do, and they just weren't ready for him at the time. Like if I had to guess, it's probably not creative differences is the reason that he left. It's probably mainly to do with. I see Matt Hatch saying, "Didn't you announce they named a new person in your news today?" And yeah, guys, if you want to know who they announced to replace David Buckley, you got to check out the news episode today because Jolie Dunn is her name, and she is a tremendous musician. I found out about her through Delusions of Grendel, and Jolie Dunn is up and coming artist. Just amazingly talented musician, lyricist, like, you know, the people that can make words just come alive. That's the impression I get when I hear her music. So anyways, pessimism makes every blessing doubly so. Again, agree. But I can't be a pessimistic person. It's just not who I am. It's not who I am. I have to be optimistic. And honestly, I still don't have any reason to really doubt that we're going to get the show this year. I do think we get it towards the end of the year. That would be my guess. I'd be shocked if they finish reshoots in April, May, and then turn around and release the show 2 months later. Maybe they will. But I would have thought we would have had a trailer by now if they were going to do that. Whoa, I see William 101 getting a feeling the show is turning into a dumpster fire. Now that would be a stretch. I have seen nothing that makes me think we're going to be getting a dumpster fire. Nothing at all, actually. Nae'Blis is only pessimistic when the Buckeyes play the Titans. See, actually, no, I was optimistic about that. I was not pessimistic about it. You guys beat us one time, but the last time we played you, we kicked your butt. So I had no reason to be pessimistic about that. We just ran into a better team this year. It's okay. Maybe it's the astronauts. Maybe it's the aliens. I mean, the lyrics are incredible, aren't they, Grendel? Any case. So I hope we get some news. It would be great if we did. It's been a little while since we have. I always hesitate on making actual news videos because there has been some news that's come out, none of which I feel like is that groundbreaking. And frankly, I don't want to be known as the news guy. I like talking about the news, but I don't like talking about it like breaking. Nae'Blis has the news. Like I kind of like to sum everything up and then present it. I want to focus more on rewatchable content is just really the stuff that I like doing. So, in terms of, by the way, just to let you guys know about some upcoming content, I have written out 3 scripts that I have recorded and I'm going to be trying to edit. I've been trying a new process for how I do my editing and writing and trying to bunch stuff up all at once. And I want to pick up, like, I know it's not a popular series. I'm not releasing these on YouTube to be popular, although I am proud of them. The reread series, which I know like 5 of you have watched, that I post. The people that watch those love those videos. But for whatever reason, either YouTube doesn't promote them or people don't like watching them. That's fine. They're primarily for the Great Blight anyway, but I'm doing a reread of the Wheel of Eye of the World, I should say. And what I've done is I've taken the new maps, I've taken visuals and pictures, and basically it's narrated as a recap. So you get to see the visuals, see where they go, that type of thing. And then it turns into breaking down from each chapter all of the Easter eggs, all of the foreshadowing. So there's a non-spoiler part, then there's a spoiler part. And I'm going to do that for every chapter in the book. And then ultimately, we'll see how far I get with it, but we'll do it for the rest of the books in the series. I actually really enjoyed making those videos because I like kind of going through and picking apart the chapters individually. If you guys haven't checked those out and you want to see that, go ahead. Again, it may not be that YouTube is recommending them to you. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not releasing them because I'm looking to try to get 1 billion views on them. What I want to do is set up something that a new reader or somebody coming back to the series can kind of binge and watch through. And so we're going to get through that. So what is the next battle scene? So right now, Unraveling the Pattern and I, Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern and I are working on Falma, the Battle of Falma. So most of those battle videos is like the lead up to the battle, because like until we get to like the Battle of Kyrian or the last battle, there isn't really a lot of tactics going on. They're pretty straightforward. So most of it is the lead up. So the 2 next collaborations I'm working on with Lauren are, number 1, the Battle of Falma. So that script is done. He's working on some of the assets for it. I have to finish. The thing that takes so long with those is I have to finish the maps for them. The great news is once I finish a map, it's done. And so I am recreating. Some of you have seen this. If you're a Patreon of mine, you've seen the progress. I post some updates on this. I am making a very much to scale map of Tar Valon. So you, because the island of Tar Valon, other than looking like a vagina, is sort of modeled after Manhattan. It's about the same size as Manhattan Island. And every other picture that we've ever seen or map of Tar Valon grossly undersizes the size of the island, right? In terms of, like, the Ogier Grove is supposed to be like 1 by 3 miles. Like, it's huge, right? So I'm making a map of Tar Valon for the Battle of Falma video. So there are some maps in there. We'll be doing the Battle of Kyrian eventually. After I finish the Battle of Falma with him, the next thing that we're going to tackle together, which I'm really excited about this, we're going to do a entire visual map in the very same style as those battle videos. We're going to do a visual recap of Eye of the World. We'll eventually do that for every book in the series, but we're going to do it for the entire Eye of the World. So you can see where people go in the map, little icons that say it. It'll be narrated. We'll have pictures for it. That should be pretty fun. So I'm excited to get that out to you guys. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of stuff out there that I'm excited about. So, but yeah, content-wise, I've got those. We've got. I'm continuing to make the maps because whenever I make the maps, it gives me the opportunity to use that stuff in videos. What I've been doing a lot, like my whole channel is sort of a balancing act right now because I am making less video content at the moment because I spend 2 or 3 nights a week working on thegreatblight.com. Like, we're working on right now filling out the wiki, and we've actually made a ton of progress on this. I don't know if any of you guys have hopped on thegreatblight.com like recently or even before at all, and then got up to the window section where it says search the wiki and start typing some names. There are a ton of articles that are now popping in there. We've gotten through, I wouldn't say all, but most of the main characters, and we're still editing a few things, changing formatting. We're starting some locations, and so that wiki is making a lot of progress, but there's also content linked on each page. And as we flesh that out more and more and more, it'll become more and more usable. Again, thegreatblight.com is simply in a beta form right now. We released it just to get it out there so you all could see it. But yeah, it's coming along, and I'm excited about it. It just takes a lot of time to do it. So Darius Sadai is somebody that is partnered with me, and actually he's financially partnered with me as well. So he's now kind of a partner there on the Great Blight. He's invested a little bit into it, and we're working on some things behind the scenes to make that work. Another big thank you is out there with Matt Hatch at the Dusty Wheel. All joking aside, has been super, super helpful, you know, with the greatblight.com and promoting it. We're going to be working at revamping a lot of the things on there and the way the content gets posted. If you're interested in helping, by the way, in writing wiki articles, make sure to message me in Discord after this is all over, because we could use the help. So any case, that's kind of the update on some of that stuff. And then, of course, I got a lot of content in the pipe, too. Ideally, like I said, I'd love to release Wheel of Time video content every day. I just want to make sure that we've got the back end stuff ready for when we do get this influx, because the reality is the community is going to blow up the first time a trailer gets released. Like, it's sooner than people realize, because it's not just when the show is out, it's when they start advertising and spending money to put a Wheel of Time trailer on your television. All of a sudden, you think all those people that didn't know that the show was a thing are going to start Googling and understand that YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world behind Google. So Google owns the top 2 search engines. YouTube is one of them. And so people are going to be searching that. And so we want to be ready for it. I want to have the website up and going for it and all that. So that's what we're doing behind the scenes. It's a lot of work. I wish this was the only thing I got to do in my life, because it would be a lot of fun. But yeah, so again, if you want to support, by the way, what we're doing, Patreon is the best way to do it. If you want to, you know, financially support, if you want to support with your time, we love that too, because we need help. So message me in Discord after this. But that's, yeah. But thank you to everybody who is already helping or supporting or any of those things. Y'all are awesome. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with the channel and where we're headed. And I'm excited for partnerships. Like, I don't know where I'm going to make time for a podcast, but you know, it's something I wanted to do and have wanted to do. And the opportunity came about to work with some people that I like a lot and I respect a lot, and I find to be very, very entertaining. And I think we can have a unique dynamic. And so I'm excited to do that. So yeah, that's what's going on. Any case, I guess I should read some comments because I'm doing a terrible job of it. Can the Battle of Falma just be the second place meme video? I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Book to map videos are going to be amazing. I agree, Lesbian Nerdy. I am excited to make those. I think a lot of times people struggle. It's weird because as descriptive as Robert Jordan is in his writing, it's difficult, I think, a lot of times for people to visualize what's going on. So making not only maps, but also locations and moving and all that. Eye of the World is actually moderately easy to follow, but there are a lot of locations in the books that we flat out don't have good maps for, right? And so I've made a few of those. Like, I made a Falma map. I've made a Hinderstap map. I've made a there is a lot of stuff that like we can still make, and it takes a little bit of what do you call it, creative license on my part, but it's fun, and I think it's once they're out there, it's great. So by the way, guys, if you want to join, like, the biggest thing that we wanted to build, like when I set out to make a YouTube channel, one of my goals was to help build a community. And the communities, I think, usually a lot of, I know many of us that have been in the fandom for a long time, new stuff like that, you know, Matt Hatch from the Dusty Wheel ran. Like, those message boards, the forums, those were places where we got to talk Wheel of Time. And the new message boards, or the new forums, frankly, is Discord. Like, yeah, it happens a little bit on Twitter, I stay away from Facebook because that is a toxic nightmare mess of garbage, in my opinion. I can't stand it. But Discord is awesome. Like, we have some great conversations. We hop in voice chat. In fact, we'll probably do that after this is over. We'll hop in voice chat. So if you have not joined my Discord server, there's a link in the description of this video. Get in there. It's fun. You don't have to be like, you could be an old fuddy-duddy that doesn't understand technology. All you have to do literally is click on that link. It will download Discord for you. You'll make a name. Once you get welcomed into the server, we have that I pay a couple bucks a month for that'll tell you what to do. Our Discord is spoiler safe, so you have to select a book that you've read, and it will not show you channels that are spoilers. So it's good for everybody. We have a great community going, and it's a great way to stay in touch. And so if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. But yeah, so let me see on those. William 101, I stay a Patreon supporter because I love Nae'Blis. Thank you, William 101. I love you too. You're the best. You guys that support me are awesome. I mean, it's beyond helpful. I don't think you guys even know. The only way that we're really ever going to get to where we need to get is, if we can do this, if I can do this full time, or if I can hire some people to help. And that's what the funding goes towards. Is right now I'm paying for a lot of stuff that probably doesn't see much of a return yet. If you all think I'm money grubbing, most of it is just so I can keep this stuff going, and sponsorships and things like that. So, but yeah, any case, so yep, see you, Lesbian Nerdy. She's in Korea and she needs to go to work or something. So see you, Leslie. So anyways, tell me a little bit about, I see Big Al. Question, which character name will they butcher the worst? Okay, twist that question around, because I don't want to say, that sounds like a pessimistic question. For those of you who listen to audiobooks, I noticed this because I just finished another reread of the series through audiobook. Like, I'm basically constantly rereading the series or re-listening to it. Did anybody ever notice that Kate Redding changes her pronunciation of Tam halfway through? Like, it's Tam, and then all of a sudden it's Tam. I don't even know what she says. Has anybody ever noticed that? And how they always Mogideon. It's Mogideon, Mogideon, it's back and forth. I just think it's funny on the pronunciations, and I think a lot of us. I'm curious, in your head, before you ever heard it, before you were ever corrected, what is the one name that you said in your head as you were reading that you totally butchered completely? Mine was Nynaeve. For whatever reason, it was Nineveh in my head. Every time I read it the first time, it was Nineveh. I'm curious what it is for you. Nynaeve, it's Nynaeve, but that was the one for me. Brigitta. Of course, I can't ask you to say it out loud. Brigitte. I'm trying to think of how I would have, because I think I had that one down pretty well. Nynaeve and Kyrian. Yep. Well, in the audiobooks, first of all, this is not a knock on Michael Kramer and Kate Redding. They're awesome. And what they do with the audiobooks is one of the reasons. I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be the same without them. The example I would give, they have spoiled, in my opinion, audiobooks for me from other authors. Because it's in the same way that The Wheel of Time spoiled me from reading fantasy. Every time I read another fantasy book, I think, oh, well, this is good, but it's not The Wheel of Time. Whenever I listen to other audiobooks, I'm like, oh, that's okay, but it's not Michael Kramer and Kate Redding. So I don't know. I find it, I love listening to them, but they do change. They change the way they pronounce things all the time. Yeah, some of you definitely were on the Nynaeve. Egwene. Let me see what else. Marililla. Gorilla. Tarvalon. Yep, that's a good one. I still say that. I can't call it Tarvalon. I can't do it. I don't know why. Burgett, some of you. Okay. So yeah, it is funny. I think the pronunciations are always so. I'm interested to hear how they do it on the show because we already know like the lawn thing. Like we've heard Daniel Henney say lawn instead of lan, which I don't know how I'm going to deal with that one. But if that's how they're going, does that mean that Tam will be Tom? Is that how they're going to say it? Tom? That would be weird. Some of you, Thom. I see that. Kevin Hart. I had a teacher that had the first name Tom, but it was spelled Thom, and we all called him Thom. Yeah, I first of all, yeah, Daniel Green has Kate Redding and Michael Kramer narrating his book. I can't wait to read that. If you guys don't follow Daniel Green, I mean, obviously most of you do. If you've heard of me, you've definitely heard of him. But he's written a book which is amazing. I mean, first of all, Daniel could put on a clinic for being a workhorse. Daniel Green earns everything he gets, guys. Like you. First of all, he's a good guy, but that kid works harder than anybody I know and takes it very, very seriously. And so I'm excited to read his book. I bet you it'll be awesome. And he's got Michael Kramer and Kate Redding narrating it. So, like, I'm super pumped for Daniel. I'm super pumped for where he's at, and it's awesome to watch. And you'll have to follow his channel, check out his Discord. But Daniel's book, I think, launches I think it releases here in like 2 months. I'm a patron of Daniel's, so I kind of get updates on it. But yeah, anyways, Daniel's an awesome kid, and I should say kid. He's 26. But awesome guy and deserving of everything he gets, and it's great. So, but yeah, y'all should check that book out. Definitely. One thing I will say, definitely purchase his books, guys. It takes a lot of effort to do what he does, and he, again, like I said, he's a workhorse. For him to release the content he does is crazy. I'll be buying a book of his, and like I said, I support him on Patreon, and even though he doesn't need my money, but he needs it in my opinion. So yeah, he's great. Okay. Also, Wheel of Time. We talked a little bit about the book, or I should say I talked about what's coming for me, talked about possibly what's coming this week for the show, about whether or not it gets released or not. I am curious. I'll throw this out there because it's been a while since I've done this. We're going to do Nae'Blis Q&A time. I do reserve the right to not answer anything that I feel like is too personal of a question, but we'll go with this. Open Q&A. What do you want to know about Nae'Blis? I will answer almost anything I can. Brando, thank you, man, for the donation. Great video today. Just a little something to help in pushing the agenda. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Appreciate the donation. You're always going to get read when you do that, but guys, again, thank you. Any financial support, like I said, it goes to pay. When you're a YouTuber, like the first thing you do is buy 2 or 3 yachts and a couple mansions, because the YouTube money is just bonkers. But you got to maintain the payments on those, right? Like I have to pay 3 housekeepers for my yacht, and so that's where I need donations. Like Brand, I appreciate it, man. Okay, what are the name of my yachts? They are. Honestly, I think if I ever owned a yacht, all joking aside, I think I'm going to name them after sword forms from the Wheel of Time. So if I ever have multiple yachts, I think I'll name them like Adder. What is it? I forget the Adder one. Somebody help correct me, but sword forms yachts. That's what we'll do. Okay. I do the miniatures, but I've been working on my own books for years. I must have missed that, Matt Scoundrel, because that looks like a conversation out of context, and I don't know what to say. Nae'Blis, my question is, how old were you when you turned to the shadow? I was born in the shadow. What's my favorite candy? Swedish fish. I love Swedish fish. I think I saw IPA in here. The good news with Swedish fish is they're not made in Finland, because nobody would buy Finnish fish. That sounds disgusting. However, Swedish fish, outstanding. Nothing more I need to know about Nabes. Already know you're awesome. Oh, DK Moon, you're too sweet. You're too kind. What is your favorite hobby excluding books? My favorite hobby, I'm really big into sports. I played basketball. In fact, I played college basketball. So I like playing sport. If you guys can't tell, like, it's probably hard to see here, I'm 6'6". So for those of you who, if we ever go to Jordan Con and get to meet me, I'm a giant. Yeah, my favorite, I like sports, but I'm very big into leadership development. I know that's kind of on the book topic. You can kind of see some of them here. The rest of the bookshelf is over there. But I read a lot of self-development and leadership development books. It's one of my big passions. And movies is the other one. What is my favorite ice cream flavor, and why is it cookie dough? It is not cookie dough. My favorite ice cream flavor is actually vanilla. It's pretty bad, but I like them. IPA. I've never heard of Finnish fish, IPA. Never heard of it. Are they made from real Swedes? That is a great question. Nae'Blis is a perfect Aiel, tall and redhead. Yeah, the difference is I'm not quite as athletic as I once was. So I don't know if I could pass as an Aiel. I could probably pass as an Ogier. I'm too late to hear what the fake leaks were. Geopine, you got to check out the video from earlier. I released a video earlier today, and I wouldn't call them fake leaks. I would call them all very, very real leaks. That's what I would call them. Nae'Blis, what do you call a fish that is native to Finland? Rotted fish. I mean, that's what Finland smells like, right? Rotten fish. Dusty Wheel, choosing the absence of flavor for ice cream. Nope. That's a bad answer, Matt, because first of all, vanilla is the strongest scent out there. So scent is very closely tied to taste. I would say very clearly vanilla is a very strong scent. So, and very strong taste. I love vanilla. Nae'Blis is playing Elder Haran. Heyman, maybe? IPA. I made IPA a mod. So he said this, but he really did hit it truth. I made him a mod so he would keep coming back, so I could just make fun of Finland. But honestly, here's the thing with Finland. Who needs to make fun of Finland, right? I mean, I don't think it needs any making fun of. It just is what it is, you know? Gonna unfollow an account of the Finn bashing. Well, I mean, here's what I want to know about IPA, because he keeps it very, very on the low. I actually have seen IPA's face before, but he doesn't like to show it. IPA, do you want to let them know whether you are a snake or a fox? Because he does live in the land of the Finns, and I don't know. So I see some of you join in the Discord server. That's awesome. If you haven't joined the Discord, hop in. Elder Shaidar Haran. I'm all about that. He's a fox. Yeah, IPA is a fox. Nae'Blis is jealous of Finland because he cannot learn to speak Finnish. I mean, have you ever... Here's what, guys, I'll tell you this right now. Have you ever heard the song, What Does the Fox Say? If you ever want to hear somebody speak Finnish, all you have to do is go ding, 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 ding. Like, that's all they do. I mean, it's just, that's what they sound like in Finland. So just watch the music video for What Does the Fox Say? If you've never seen that, they're speaking in Finnish the whole time. I mean, the whole tongue has been. Ipa is the Jeopardy is in the Jeopardy. Yeah, Ipa is actually in the Jeopardy vid, and he kicked butt. What I actually want to see at some point, maybe we'll do this again. I want to see a Wheel of Time Jeopardy. I'll have to redo this with Ipa and Darius Sadai, who's from my Discord. First of all, and he's one of my Patreon supporters. Darius Sadai murdered everybody in Jeopardy, just sort of like Ipa did. I would love to see the two of them go at each other. It's sort of like the top two Jeopardy champions of all time. Yeah, we'll have to do that again. What does the fox say? Again, if you have never seen What Does the Fox Say, do yourself a favor and watch What Does the Fox Say. At this point, no, I've been so far without reading Wheel of Time Act. I don't think I would do very well. Ipa, you need to get your stuff together, man. You need to get it together. I want to see you and Jason Haddad talking trash to each other. It's like Ken Jennings and the Gambler dude. Yes, exactly like that, Wolf Brother. They are both that good. Why don't I play and have someone else host? I can do that. Here's the problem with being a content creator, though. Daniel Green came on the very first Jeopardy, and he got a question wrong. We asked, what is the Two Rivers known for as their primary export, outside of like what am I looking at? Wool. There we go. And he said tobacco instead of tobacco, and he got roasted in the community. So you got to be careful if you're a content creator, because your whole persona is built up on being an expert. And if you get one wrong that everybody thinks you should get right, then what position did I play when I played basketball? I was a guard, believe it or not. I was a guard. Yeah, MK did beat Daniel Green. MK beat him. If you're Nae'Blis, why can't you get Matt to play Manfear? Who says that Matt isn't playing Manfear? Just saying. You say that, Scott T 248, but pretty sure Matt Hatch is playing Manfear. It's pretty much happening. It's a guarantee. Yeah, Art. I was a 2 and a 3. I played shooting guard, and I was a small forward, kind of back and forth. That's back when I had knees that actually worked. My knees do not work so well now. So my favorite band, music genre. My favorite band is the Beatles. My favorite genre, I love all kinds of music. You guys are going to laugh at this. I used to be a DJ. I used to DJ weddings. I have all kinds of DJ equipment. I pretty much like every era of music. My favorite era is 70s rock, but I still like the Beatles, even though they don't quite qualify for that. But I'm a big fan of, for instance, early 90s music in every fashion, actually. I like hip hop, and I like the grunge era of rock music. So I like a lot of stuff. My least favorite time period for music is probably the 80s and the 2010s. I pretty much don't like music right now. Who's my NBA team? So growing up, it was the Chicago Bulls. I am a big Michael Jordan fan. I tentatively, even though I'm from Ohio, not been a LeBron fan for the most part. Followed Cleveland when he was here, but right now I'm kind of NBA team less. I watch the NBA when it's on, but I'm not really following anybody in particular. Not going to comment on college head coaches. Started Wheel Time because of Daniel Green and me. Thank you. I'm on Memory of Light right now and loving it. I really want to finish before we get our first trailer, so I'm on the same page as everyone. Yeah, get on that. I read A Memory of Light when it came out. I read it in the day it came out. I've told this story before. I was so ready to find out the ending. My Barnes and Noble, I had ordered it, and they had first told me that they weren't going to have it, and I was furious because I thought I was going to have to wait weeks to get it, but it turned out that they had a special order that wasn't my pre-order that I had ordered, right? So they got a shipment in that they weren't going to fulfill the pre-orders on, but I showed up and I bought a second book instead. I showed up at like 6 a.m. They were selling them there. I bought the book, got some coffee, and literally I called in sick to work and I read the book. I didn't put it down other than like getting food and going to the bathroom. I read the book basically from like 7 a.m. all the way up until 8 p.m. and was like, boom, had to get it done. Like I could not put it down because I needed to know how that was going to end. Like I needed to know. So if you had to be stuck in a room with any Wheel of Time character during the pandemic, who would it be? It's a good question. Probably Tom Maryland. I think Tom would be the most entertaining to be with. That or an Aes Sedai, because that way if I got COVID, I could be healed, right? I have no idea what. Maybe there's a context here. I was definitely all top 5 hookers at the same time. I have no idea what that means. Art. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Memory of a Light is one of those books that has almost no downtime. It's relatively easy to read, one page or all in one go for its size. I agree. It's weird. A Memory of Light had to happen the way it did. I would argue objectively it's not the best of the books because it's mostly straight action, but it's very cathartic to kind of, if you've been reading that series, I think it's harder for people that are just reading it for the first time to quite understand how long most of us waited to find out how that ended. And I won't obviously spoil anything here now, but like I was not going to do anything until that book was done. That's where I was at because I had reread those books over and over. We had talked about them on forums for years. I mean, there was a buildup to that. And so to finally have the book in my hand, it was like, nope, I'm not putting this down until it's over. I'm not doing it. See you, Hedsky. Are you waiting or excited for Winds of Winter? I've read Well Time for years after it was published, but A Song of Ice and Fire could be something that I finish as it happens. Okay, so yes, I'm excited for it. Yes, I will read it. I think the wait has been too long for Game of Thrones because, frankly, I think the show, I'm just not as interested in it anymore. I feel like, to a degree, there's a type of closure in my head for Game of Thrones, and I'll say that just because that's how most people are going to know. But A Song of Ice and Fire, there's a little bit of closure to me. I'm not as excited for it as I probably would have been 4 years ago. So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Game of Thrones is dead to me. Gosh, how bad? I mean, I don't know that I have ever in my life. I'm just trying to think of another example of this. Has a show ever squandered so much good press and good accolades in 2 seasons? I literally can't think of another show that's done that. Like, they went from people talking about that being one of the greatest television shows of all time to, my God, what a clusterfuck, and that I'm never watching that again. I can't stand it. Like, okay, Star Wars the prequel. You know what though? There were people that liked the prequels, and frankly, they're still rewatchable. Like, they're not objectively great movies, but I can watch The Phantom Menace and not hate myself for watching it. It's not good, but I can watch it. I don't think it comes anywhere near to how bad the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones were. I can't get past it. I don't know how they screw it up that bad. It is so bad. It was terrible. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't get it. I really don't get it. How bad it was. So I don't think it was just season 8. I think season 7 was equally as terrible. So here's my summing that up. I did a video on this way back when it first ended, but I'll say it again now. They built the mythos of that, at least in the show, on everything being very gritty and realistic, and then they just sacrificed all of the character development for plot devices, like to move the plot ahead. So spoilers for Game of Thrones here, but like Dany instantly transporting on her dragon 4,000 miles, like it doesn't make any sense. Like they sacrificed all of these things just to make things happen. Oh, it was terrible. I'm sorry. I hated that so much. I thought it was such garbage writing. It was bad. They ended it about as bad as I think they could have done. My favorite video game, it's weird because it's not at the moment, but World of Warcraft. I was a huge World of Warcraft player. In fact, I played it Classic when it came out. In fact, I played with a couple people. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting text messages, but yeah, I was a big World of Warcraft fan back in the day when I had time to be that. Yeah, they couldn't have done it, but here's the thing: even without the source material, how could you possibly think that was the ending that was gonna like? It's bad. I'm sorry, it's bad. Tell me that we couldn't have come together and come up with a better ending than that. It's terrible. It's awful. Anyways, I don't mean to talk about Game of Thrones right now. It's just terrible. I actually would argue it started in the third. I would say it started in season 6 with some of the bad stuff. Like there were some okay parts in season 6, but season 7, season 8, god awful. It got progressively worse and worse and worse. So the Snyder cut for Game of Thrones, that'd be awesome if there was. I'm actually excited for the Snyder cut. I don't think it's going to be good, but it can't possibly probably be worse than what we got. So maybe it can. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. I mean, here's the reality: is they should not have ended Game of Thrones when they did. They should have taken it 2 more full seasons because, like, it's just pretty bad. I'm at a loss because I feel like I've said all of this stuff before when we've talked about it in the past. Like I did a couple of live streams way back early on in the channel when Game of Thrones was finishing up, and it just wasn't a good show. I guess that's what I'll say. What am I drinking? Woodford Reserve. See you, Dusty Wheel. Everybody join the Dusty Wheel tomorrow night. But Game of Thrones was as good as Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 was rough too. But yeah, guys, I actually, it's one of the things I'll be working on when I get off here is I have a movie review channel that I've been neglecting here lately, but I've got a couple that are going to be coming out. I'll be reviewing Soul. I'll be reviewing WandaVision because that's finishing up. I love WandaVision. So, but yeah, I'm excited for Wheel of Time in terms of reviewing those. I was talking about this with Recapa Sadai the other night. We were chatting about this, and it's like, what if the show is terrible? And I don't think it's going to be, but if it's terrible, I will enjoy piling on and picking on it and still loving the books. But I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be, but I am excited for Wheel of Time. I'm excited to actually get to talk about the books. I'm excited for new people to be hopping in. Like one of my favorite parts about running and helping build this community is all the new people that get involved in it and all the discussions. For those of you that don't, I guess I'll put it this way: for those of you that are not a part of our community or that aren't in Discord all the time, anything like that. What's really crazy that I think none of us really expected is a lot of us are very good friends anymore. Like there are people that we text back and forth. There are folks that we hop in voice chat. We know each other. We know where we live. We know everybody's interests. Like these are great things, and it's great to be a part of the community. So I always tell people, get involved with that. Chris asking where you can sign up to be a part of the gay agenda. Well, first of all, you have to be indoctrinated. So one of the first things you do if you want to be a part of the gay agenda, one of the things they've done is they've turned the frogs gay. So it's in the water. So you need to move to a town where the gay agenda has been in full effect, where we've been, putting chemicals in the water to turn people gay. I mean, Alex Jones will tell you, it'll turn the frogs gay, it'll turn you gay. So that's the first step. And then once you do that, you get an invite and you get to go to these conferences with us. And, we get to set the agenda, because it's one of the common things. If you have a YouTube channel, you'll find anytime somebody wants to talk about social justice or anything like that, it immediately goes to pushing the gay agenda. And it's a very serious thing. We're very into it. So the lifetime membership option. Yeah, don't forget that. Well, if you're a guy, the other thing you can do is if you download Grindr or something like that, that's a great way to get invited. Actually, here's a funny thing. This is a fun game to play. If you're a guy and you want to get a taste for a gay world for a minute, download Grindr on your phone, log into it for 5 minutes, and you'll have a completely different perception of the world. So I'll just throw that out to you. There's a fun little game you can play. So anyways, I think what we're going to do, I think we are going to end the stream for now. We've gone about an hour and 10 minutes. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for joining. What we're going to do after this, though, is we are going to pop into the Discord. We'll probably do some voice chatting in there for a little bit. So make sure to join the Discord server. We'll hop in there and do a voice chat. Not sponsored by Grindr. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you have not watched the video that we released earlier with the very serious leaks that we got from the show, make sure to watch that. But hey, guys, thank you for joining. Hop in the Discord if you want to, be a part of that conversation. Make sure to like the video on your way out, as it does help you to promote this stuff. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Take care. We'll see you on Discord.